I'm going to design the front piece of the skirt. I'll be showing you how I'm going to do that. So now, this is my fabric. Here is my fabric. When I want to cut anything, whether skirt or top or anything, now in this sense, now since we are cutting skirts and this is my fabric, to bring out my fabric, what I need to do is to, what is the person hip?
39.
The person hip is 40. Approximated. The person hip is 40. So to bring out the fabric, this is what I always do. To bring out the fabric, when we said the person hip is 40, this is 40. 40 divided by 4 will give us 10.
10.
Now for the back body, I'm going to cut out 13. For the back body, I'm going to bring out the fabric, unfold 13 inches. Unfold. I'm going to bring out the fabric, unfold for the back body 13 inches, while the front body I'm going to bring out 12 inches. Unfold. So now the skirt is going to have band. The skirt is going to have band. So when anything I'm doing, I'm going to place my measuring tape from 2 like this, 2 inches like this, and we said the person skirt length is 24. So this is 24 right here, 24 here. So let me, I said the person skirt length is 24. So this is 24 here. So I'm going to add 3 inches to the person's skirt length measurement. 3 good inches for folding, because I'm going to be folding it inward. I'll be folding it in. So I'm going to cut this out. This piece now, this is for the back body. Let me measure it again. So for the back body, I said 13. For the back body, I have 13. I'm still going to, because it's not straight, I'm going to cut this piece out. So I just need 13 inches for the back body. Then for the front body, I'm going to cut out 12 inches. 12 is okay, since the person hip measurement is, so I'll just cut out unfold. Anything you are doing is going to be unfold. So to bring this out, so this is for the front. So this is what we have. This is what we have here. Let me, okay, this is okay. This is now, this is for the back piece. Why this is the front piece? This is the front piece. Here. Here is the front piece. Now, can you see what we have? So here I have my 1 inches. I have my 1 inches for zipper allowance at this part. I have my 1 inches for zip allowance at this part. Let me fold it to the, because of the chalk I'm going to do. I have my zipper allowance. So to bring out the body of my measurement, this is for the, let me just say what I have here now. For the back, I have 14. And for the front unfold, I have 13. Let me just say it like that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, after folding your fabric like this, after you are done folding your fabric as it is now, so I'm going to try as much as possible to explain in detail so that you are going to understand it, at least to some extent. Now, what is the person band?
33.5.
33.5. So the person band is 33.5. 33.5 divided by 4 will give us what?
8 and quarter.
8 and quarter.
8 and quarter.
8 and quarter. Okay. So this is 8 and quarter for the person band. 8 and quarter. Now, let me say I'm going to add 2 inches to the person band measurement. I'll add 2 inches to the person band measurement. Now, from the person waistband, to get the person hip line measurement. See, I place it, you know I'm going to put band of 2 inches, so I place it from these 2 inches. Then I'll mark the person from the person band to our hip line. I have 8 inches here. Ruler, this one, this ruler, I have this, so I want to rule it out. So this is our hip line. This is our client's hip line. Then what is our hip? We said our hip is 40.
Yes.
40, our hip is 40 plus 2 inch sewing allowance. So everything I have here is what? 40 plus 2 inch, supposed to be 12. So this is 12. Yes, this is 12. Now, what I always do is that anything I have here, I will minus 1 inches from it. So if I have from the person hip line, if I use 12, I will come to the down part, I will use 11. I will use 11. If I use 12 here at the waist, at the hip line, I will use 11 at this place. So I will just go ahead and connect this. I will just connect this to this. Then I'll connect it to this one. Let me do it very well. Can you see? So now, let me, what do I have here? I have 10 here. So I will have 9 here. So after sewing it, this is what I'm going to have. This is the person initial measurement. This is the person measurement. This is the allowance that I put. From this allowance now, I'm going to add, from this allowance that I have here, I'm going to turn half of an inch with lining. I'm going to turn half of an inch with lining, then I'm going to join it. So by the time I join everything, the remaining one will not be more than 1 inch, one and a half yard or so after the turning and stuff. So now, but there is something I want to explain. If the skirt I'm making is just going to be zipper at the back, I will cut it out like this as it is now. If I'm just going to be putting zipper at the back, it's okay like this as it is. It's very okay. It's perfect. But because the person wants zipper at the back and she still wants elastic at both sides, at the side of the skirt there is going to be elastic. So in this sense now, I'm just going to cut it out like this. If I decide to cut it out like this with just these 2 inches, it will not be enough for the elastic to draw very well. So because of that, that's why I'm not going to just cut it. I will not cut this shape like this. I'll just cut it like this. You understand? So by the time I put my elastic, by the time I put my zipper, everything will be perfect. You get it? So let me cut it now. Don't worry. For adventure, if I'm chance to film it when I want to make it, I will post the making of it if I'm chance. But I don't want to promise that I'm going to do that. But if I'm chance, I will post it for you to see how it's going to look like. Though you know how it will look like anyways. So this is what I have here right now. Now, another thing I would like to explain is that, so we said 2. The person skirt length is 24. 24 here, but I'm not going to mark that way. I'm going to add half inches to the 24 because of the joining at this part, so that by the time I'm done sewing it, it will give me that exact 24. So I'm just going to go ahead and notch this side. Can you see? So I just go ahead and notch this side now. So that is that about that. So I'll just go ahead and cut my lining for it. But because of some of you guys that don't know how to get your lining, because for the fact that I already had some allowance to it now, the way you are going to cut the lining, you have to have the understanding of how you are going to cut the lining. So lining here, this is the lining we are using to turn the skirt that we cut earlier. So here is it. So I'm going to fold my lining into 2, just as it is. Fold your lining just the same way you fold your fabric here. Fold your lining like that as well, and place your lining on your fabric like this. Place your lining on your fabric like this. Make sure that you arrange it very well. Now, this is where I want you to pay. Let me change this. I don't want to refold it. Let me use back first. So now, this is where I want you to pay very close attention though, so that by the time you want to make your own, but one attempt like this is going to give you what you want. There won't be any mistake at all. So pay attention. After you place it like this, don't forget that we notch this place. This is where we notch that time. Fold your fabric to that place that we notch. Fold it like this. Fold your fabric like this. Can you see? This is number one fold. First time. Fold it again. This is how I used to make mine, and it gives me what I want. Don't forget to fold it like this again. Fold your fabric. I fold it twice. I fold it from here. Now let me explain. So now as it is now, so I will just draw it here. Then I will cut it out. Let me do it very well. So I will just cut it out like this. This is one way of cutting it. By the time you sew it finish, it will give you the measurement that you already make. But if you don't, you can also do it like this. Just fold your fabric once, and when you are placing it on the lining, make sure that this place, this place that you fold, is where the lining will start. It's still the same thing. I hope you are getting it. It's still the same thing. If you fold it like this and cut it, it's the same thing. If you fold it like this and place it on your table like this, it's still the same thing. So that you won't be confused. That's why I decided to show you the two methods that you can cut your lining. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead. Almost. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I'll go ahead and cut it here as well. So after doing it like this, let me explain. After doing it like this is for beginners. I know this is strictly for beginners, because I believe that if you are, some of you guys are, your level has passed all this, but this tutorial is for those people that are just new to this business, in this line of. So just just the way you cut it, place your lining facing the good face. This is the good face of our fabric. Here is the bad face of our fabric. Bad face, bad face. Place your lining, good face, facing the lining, and stitch it straight down like this. After stitching it, draw your lining. By the time you draw your lining, it will look like this. It will look exactly like this. This is how it's going to look like. This is how it's going to look like. So your lining will, so let me just do that. I'll bring it back. Let somebody do that and bring it back, so that I'll show you how it looks.